So, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Sky Bees. Yes, things may sound a little different. We've recorded a lot of episodes of this pack, and we were using a headset. I do have a microphone now. You probably have heard the audio differences, hopefully in Truly Bedrock, but now they are coming to Sky Bees as well. Now, in the last episode, we were working on the monster side of the quest pack, and I did kill 10 Ender Dragons. This has taken a very long time. The Wither Skeletons were taking about 3 to 5 minutes to kill. These guys are taking a lot longer. Sometimes the dragon will swoop down. I'll be able to hack at it. Um, I did find that hitting it in the head is a lot better than just swiping anywhere you can with your sword. But sometimes the Ender Dragon will just stay up for 5-10 minutes and then finally come down. So we'll have to complete this more off camera, but I want to get started with some blood magic. We've kind of teased it a couple of episodes, and I really don't know a ton about it, but we're going to get started nonetheless. So, what I've been doing is I've been making a couple of blank slates. These are pretty easy to craft. It is just any kind of stone in a blood altar with 1,000 life points. Now we can use our sacrificial dagger to get up to 4,000 life points in one little sitting with our 10 extra hearts down there, but I think we want to go ahead and start working on getting this thing to make better or more efficient life points. So, to get started here, what I want to make is I would like to make this divination sigil. This thing is the actual way that we need to be looking at our life point network. It is a total network, not just a blood altar. But when we shift like this, we can see when there's life points in there if we were to put some in there. We can see there's 200 millibuckets in there right now. The divination symbol is the actual way to do it. But to do this, we need to take some redstone dust on an alchemy array. Wow. Using Arcane Ashes, and to get Arcane Ashes, we need to put these items through an Alchemy Table. So, to make the Alchemy Table, we need a blank slate, which we have. And I should have been doing this inside of our crafting table so that we can make this bad boy. Aha. Perfect. So this is the first step into blood magic. Oh, that didn't set at all the way I wanted it to. Like this? Ah, there we go. Okay, so now we need to look at getting these Arcane Ashes, which means I need to put in gunpowder, redstone, white dye, and coal. So, redstone, coal, let's look up bone meal, I think is how we're going to get our white dye. And then we should have a fair amount of gunpowder, and I messed up putting this into a drawer. Rather, it didn't have an upgrade in it, so when I placed in the gunpowder, it actually sat there and lost some of the gunpowder that we collected in the previous episode. No. What happened? Back, Arcane Ashes. Oh, we need our Blood Orb, which is in here, our weak Blood Orb. And I think that goes up here. Down, up, north, south, east, and west. Let's see. It is redstone, white dye, gunpowder. Redstone, white dye, gunpowder. This, like this. Do we need something in here? Let us go look. Gears of Slate, Soul Network. That's what it's called, Soul Network. Alchemy Array Basics. It's an item to be crafted using some early game items. In order to create an alchemy array, right-click the top of the ground with Arcane Ashes. Although any solid block face works, this will consume 1 durability out of 20 from the Arcane Ashes. Cool. Oh. Does this guy need some life points? Let's go ahead and put in a little bit more. Get it up to 1,000. And we'll put our Blood Orb in there, which I believe... No? Hold on one sec. See, we're learning. We're gonna learn, because I don't know a lot about this mod pack. So it does show a weak Blood Orb in there. But I don't see where this goes. So when we get it, though, we need to right-click the top of a ground, and this will come up, and then we can put our items in it. Let's see. He's raising a base item into the catalyst, transforming them. Yeah, that's fine. But where are... Alchemy Table. Okay. Alchemy Table can be inserted into and extracted from. This is how it's configured. The Alchemy Table has a number of buttons, blah, blah, blah. So we can automate this thing. Basic cutting fluid. Iron sand, gold sand, clay, grass, bread, string. These are all the different things, I guess, we can make. And I hit the wrong button. Plant oil, gunpowder. Ooh, we can make gunpowder with sulfur, salt, and charcoal. Interesting. Explosive powder. Well, I don't see the Arcane Ashes. So let me look again. Yeah, it just says this. We're gonna have to do redstone, white dye, gunpowder, and coal. Let me try this. Redstone, white dye, gunpowder, and coal. Oh. Is there a quest in Blood Magic for us to get Arcane Ashes? It doesn't look like it. There is the Dagger of Sacrifice. We have the Hellfire Forge. Oh, what does this guy use? See, this needs the Tartaric Gems. Or Demon Wills. I don't know. Why can't we craft the Arcane Ashes? Yeah, this is... Ooh, day and night? Oh, look at this. We can use the Arcane Ashes with some coal to basically make it morning or midnight. That's neat. Maybe we need more white dye. Let's try bone meal. And we'll just do a stack. And we'll try that in here with our Blood Orb. I don't know. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to do some research because we've spent 10 minutes now. And huh. Alright, we figured it out. So what I had to do was I had to right-click myself with the weak Blood Orb. Yep, and that puts some life points into this thing, and now we have the Arcane Ashes to where we can take some redstone dust, and we can place it inside of our sigil, which we should be able to make here, and then just that. And... that got me my stuff back, but how do we do this? Oh, we need a blank slate. Okay. We need a blank slate, not Not the Blood Orb. So redstone dust and then blank slate. This thing, ooh, that's neat. Look at that thing, that's cool. Little animation there. Okay, and now if we just hover over this, it says it's a level 2. We have 2,200 out of 10,000 life points in it. And I do believe this doesn't have 22,000. Oh, it does. Okay. And now, okay, so this is taking blood out of this because I right-clicked on myself. Now, what I need to do, because this has 2,000 buckets of life essence, is we should actually look at upgrading our Blood Orb to the tier 2, which is 5,000 LP with a block of redstone. That is something that we have 137,000. We have 1.2 million redstone dust. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we've got our divination sigil, which is really nice. We've made the alchemical table. And now what I would like to make is this guy right here. The Incense Altar. We should be able to make this guy, even though it won't do it. And the Incense Altar is going to make it to where we can build a little bit of an altar that will give us better... Right here, better... what is the word I'm looking for? Yield on our life points that we actually put into our life point network. So right here we're getting about 2,000 or 200 millibuckets per every time we click ourselves, whereas if we had this guy set up, we can get a lot more. So let's see, let's just go ahead and try to get this to 5,000 without killing ourselves. Perfect. We will go ahead and place the redstone block so we can get an upgraded Blood Orb. And let's take a look in the book at this altar. So the Incense Altar is a multi-block structure that can be used to boost your self-sacrificing at the Blood Altar. By standing nearby to your setup, the Incense Altar will calm the your soul based on the area's total tranquility. I can't read today, I'm sorry. Allowing you to significantly increase your LP gains. So here is the basic setup, showing a 3x3 square of blocks before the path blocks. You will increase by plus 20. Then we can put down path blocks. These are all, these are all different path blocks that are created with the different blood orbs. So you have some basic, and then you move up through this, and each new ring of path blocks will follow a set of rules. All path blocks on the same ring will have to be at the same level. The next ring of path blocks may not be more than 5 blocks higher / lower. It's showing you all of this stuff right here in regards to your Incense Altar. So where is the picture? So here is the altar setup at its basic things, right? This tells you right here that you can add blocks for Tranquility, which is lava, water, life essence, netherrack, dirt, farmland, potatoes, carrots, wheat, netherwort, beetroot, leaves, logs, fire, and grass. So eventually we are going to get this whole little setup right here probably underneath our blood altar, and this way it can be a little bit better. And as a matter of fact, we will go ahead and throw the weak blood orb away. So, with that being said, we are at a tier 2, and essentially what we can do is we should be able to put a ring of blocks around here and then make path blocks. So, let's look at the path blocks. Wooden path, which can use a Magician's Blood Orb, an Apprentice Blood Orb, or a Master Blood Orb. This one uses a Magician's or a Master, so you can see we can't craft that yet because I believe we have an Apprentice Blood Orb. We do. Tiled Wooden Path is just created that way, so we can go ahead and make a little bit of path, provided we have the wood for it, which, I mean, let's be honest. We have plenty of wood. So if we do this, we ought to be able to get a stack and a little bit more. We will grab our blood orb back out. Again, we should be able to put a ring around this, and then go ahead and start our rings around that. And already our sacrificial knife has more, so we have 54 millibuckets. This should go up to 254, but it will take us all the way down to where we don't die, and it will add the max amount of life points that it can. So, with all this being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to place in our Incense Altar directly below this guy right here on the Vivid Grass. I think we're going to give it about a 2-block gap. And then we're going to place this guy here. Now the center block, I believe, doesn't have to be anything special. We can make it whatever we would like. Ooh, and we should not do that because we just broke our altar, but that's okay. Quick fix. I am going to probably go ahead and use something else, maybe a little more sinister, because we don't need to worry about what it is. Perfect. Okay, so a little reading further, and right here, the divination symbol or the seared sigil, we could have made either one, will display the total tranquility of the setup. Top number. So this is the total tranquility here, and then the percentage bonus received when sacrificing, that is the bottom number. And when you sacrifice, it will take the LP that you would normally get by multiplying it by 1 plus the bonus divided by 100. So default, this thing gives a 20% bonus. Right now we are at a 38% bonus, and what I need to do is go ahead and finish out this first little row by placing in these stems in a orderly fashion. So now we have 331, 346 is our total tranquility. We have a bonus of 43%. So I do want to get my my life points back up, and I think the max we can get is like a 200% bonus and 2,000 on the total tranquility, but that is going to require us to upgrade our blood altar up above. So we can go ahead and start the process by bringing this thing down. Again, I don't think this is going to help too much. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Yeah, we'll steer this thing down. And I do believe that if we look back in the book, we don't have to make the little pyramid that we saw, but it helps, right? So these blocks are like this. Our tranquility should have gone up a little bit. No, it did not. We have to complete this layer. So right here it shows that from the sigil we can come down 2 blocks. I actually went out 1 more block. We could leave it at the same level. I might do this. I might stair step down. Yeah, we might change this out. We might drop this level 1 more lower. But it does say we can use lava, water, life essence, netherrack, dirt, farmland, potatoes, netherwort, beetroot, and leaves. So I think what we're going to do, because we're going to go with our typical deal here, we need wart. We're going to make this our typical nether style stuff, right? I think that's going to work. And I think this will work, netherwort like this. I'm not 100% sure. You guys can tell I don't know much about this mod, but it is a fun mod nonetheless. So far, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's fun playing around with new stuff. Okay, so total tranquility is 662, and we have a 60% bonus to our life points that are given to altar. Now, again, what I said is I think I'm going to drop this layer down, which we should be able to do without any issues. We don't want to vein mine it or FTB ultimine because that would destroy some stuff. We know we were at a 60% bonus. So let's see if we're still at that 60%. We are very good. We could drop these guys down a little bit, but nah. We also do need to make sure that this thing is lit up, which at the moment it is not. And we can actually... Ooh, we could. It's not going to add anything to the tranquility, but we could put these stems going all the way up to kind of emulate that this is growing off the bottom of our island here. Give it a little bit of stability and structure. Now, what I think I'm going to do is we're just going to place a little bit of torch action around this thing just to give ourselves some light. We'll delete this one. We should be good to go. And now that we have full life points, we should now be able to go up here. And if we look at our network, we're at 4.1 buckets. And if we do this, we're full. We're at 9.9 buckets. So it gave us quite a boost into this thing. Normally we would only get 4,000, but we went up by 5,800. So quite a significant boost. Now, let's get out of this thing. We do want to upgrade our Blood Altar to probably a tier 3. But before we do that, we do need to take an Iron Sword and probably get the Dagger of Sacrifice. Let's see. The Dagger of Sacrifice will allow you to kill any mob that stands within a 2-block radius of your altar. I mean, we might as well, because I do think it is a quest. So let's get a stick. And let's see where we're at for our quest. So we do need to make the Reinforced Slate, which is 2,000 life points and a blank slate. So let's do that. We'll put a piece of stone on here. Let that guy turn. And once it turns into a blank slate, we can just leave it on there until it becomes a Reinforced Slate and then pull it off there. So now it's a blank slate. We're still looking good on our life points. This will go down by 2,000 before it changes. So let's wait. Alright, I grabbed it off before it could go into further crafting. I'm not sure if the slates, this Imbued Slate, no, it requires a tier 3 before we can do it. So, if we look back into our crafting, it does want us to make the Dagger of Sacrifice, and the Magician's Orb we have to wait for a tier 3. So let us go ahead and throw this Iron Sword in here, and we'll let that guy cook on up. I think the next thing that we're going to need to craft up is going to be this Hellfire Forge. It doesn't look too hard, but we do need some blank slates. So we need to craft some of those up. Now, while this thing was crafting up, I made a little cut there, and I went ahead and laid out a tier 4 Blood Altar. The tier 3 Blood Altar is going to be these runes here that we see all the way around, and then the tier 4 Blood Altar is going to have the runes in here. We are going to have to upgrade this accordingly, but I do believe that we're going to actually need real runes here. So to upgrade to tier 4, we have to have 7 blood runes, 1 block down and 2 blocks away from the previous set of runes along each edge. Then place 4 solid blocks in each corner. So these solid blocks up here is what we don't have at the moment. But to upgrade the Blood Altar to a tier 3, place 5 blood runes, 1 block down and 2 blocks away from the previous set of runes along each edge. Then place 2 blocks indicated by the stone bricks in each corner, starting above the new ring of runes. And then cap each pillar with glowstone blocks. To check that it is successfully upgraded, use the divination symbol to check the tier. Tier 3 Blood Altar, which has 28 total runes. So we do need to make 5 blood runes. Let me read that again. I guess it doesn't matter. It's saying blood runes, but it doesn't really matter what runes those are. So if we had blank, we may be able to make that. But these are going to require the blank slate. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4. I need 20 of them. So let us go ahead and... Oh, this thing is completely out of life points because I broke it. So we will do that. And now we're at 5.7 buckets, so we will go ahead and sit here and get some more blank slates while I clear out some of my inventory. Let's go ahead and throw that in there. We did make the Dagger of Sacrifice, so we got that. Perfect. And we will make sure that we have these. I think we have to have like an open hand to take these off of this guy right here. One thing that I do want to do is right in this spot here, I think we want to go ahead and make an elevator, which I'm not sure if we actually still have. Oh, we do. We'll place one there, and then we will go around and place one. And we might as well place it right there, right? And then we'll get our dirt back. And so now, what we should be able to do is just go down to this guy and then back up, and we can do the sacrifice as needed. And this is going to make this process a little easier. This does not affect the altar here. So I'm going to get some more runes, and then we're just going to upgrade this guy to a tier 3. We can't upgrade it to a tier 4, but these open slots will tell me where I need to go. And then we need the blood block up there. That is going to be a whole another thing. Large bloodstone bricks, we need regular stone, and then we need a weak blood shard. This thing is made in an arc reaction chamber with this guy, which is in the Hellfire Forge, and yeah, it's a whole crafting recipe. Are we out of life points? We are. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit of a process. Did I eat all my chicken? That's fine. We have 16,000 pieces of steak. Oh, that worked out so well. Okay, so I do believe that the blank slates require 1,000 life points per, so this is going to be a little bit of time before we can actually get all of these. I'm going to wait till my hearts are all the way up and see from 0 what this thing actually increases by. Half a heart left. There it is. We'll eat. We will sacrifice. And we will look at this thing at 5,760. Nice. All right. Blank slates, here we come. After much self-sacrifice and sitting here, we now have ourselves 20 blank runes, and I did make 8 of these reinforced runes because I'd like to make some actual runes on our blood altar. So these need a blank slate, they need regular stone, they need glowstone dust, and then a blank slate. So we should be able to put these in there and get ourselves, looks like 1, 2, 3, should be 6 of these, and then we need to grab actual stone and take the granite out. There we go. Stone, boom. 8 of those. We have 12 of these. Now we should be able to go ahead and get rid of this ring. Place in our runes of self-sacrifice. And then our blank runes here. And this is just a temporary placeholder. Hopefully we'll be putting in some runes soon. We just want to get to this tier 3 blood altar. Bam. Now we should be able to see with the divination symbol up there on the upper left right here. It is a tier 3. We can still hold 10,000 millibuckets of life essence. There are different runes. If we look, there is a rune of capacity. We might look at putting these guys in. It is just stone. Again, more blank runes. But this requires the Imbued Slate. This is in a tier 3 blood altar with 5,000 life points. So a lot of work if we wanted to do this. But now that we have the tier 3, I've already gone ahead and stretched out our platform here. We should see that this is still giving, well, it's giving a 60% boost. Well, yeah, this should be given more than that. Now that we have an upgraded blood altar. We might want to use a differentiation of blocks here and not just more nether wart. So what I might do is I might make this lava here. Yep, we'll have to look at that. But we should be able to go up and see that we have 2,838 buckets of life points here. With the rune of self-sacrifice, if we look in here, and we just sneak to view entry, but it's doing that. These will give ourselves a bonus of 10% per rune. We have 8 here, so it should be an 80% deal. We will give ourselves a little sacrifice, and now we're at 10,000 life points. So just like that, we can almost fill this thing up with one prick of the dagger. We can come down here and get it re-boosted and ready to go. So what I want to do now is go ahead and throw this block of gold in here, because that will give us the next Blood Orb for the tier 3. That is the Magician's Blood Orb. It requires a lot more life points. Ooh. The only way I know to get the capacity of this is the capacity of runes. So rune capacity. Am I really going to have to make 20 of these? I think so, because this is completely out, and I don't think that this is going to work. That is a lot of imbued slates, which isn't a big deal. It's just 20 stone left in there for a while. So if we look at slates, the problem becomes the blank slate requires 1,000 life points, then to get to the reinforced that costs 2,000, and then finally to the imbued that is 7,000 slate, or 7,000 life points per. So what we're going to need to do is go ahead. This is completely empty. Again, we're almost here, so we will go ahead and make a imbued slate, and then I will just do this one at a time. We'll take one rune here. Oh, we probably don't want to take that just yet. Let this guy go until it turns in there, and we'll do one at a time capacity until we've increased our total capacity up to 1,000. Then we can make the Magician's Blood Orb. And when looking at these different runes, I stumbled across this last page here of the Incense Altar setup, and it does say that no path will give us a 20% upgrade. The wooden path will give us a max of 60%. Stone path will be the max of 120%. And then, of course, the worn stone path will give us 200%. And then the obsidian path is the max that we can do at 300%. So the obsidian path doesn't look like there's a way to get it like there is with the stone path, which requires crafting. The obsidian path, unfortunately, there is no recipe for it. So it looks like that might be a feature added later on. We do need the Magician's Blood Orb for the stone path. And at that time, we can get ourselves more of a Tranquil Garden here with a better boost to our blood. Now, I am increasing these one at a time. There is a capacity rune there, and you guys will see that this thing has gone up by... Well, now it's broke, but it went up by 2,000 life points. So let's go ahead and make another one of these. I don't care if it uses the granite. And now this thing is at 14,000. So we're going to need to do this quite a few more times. We may not necessarily need to do all of these, but we need to get this thing to at least 25,000 life points as it sits right now. And we are sitting at 2,200 essence in there. So once my health goes all the way up, we will be able to see what this gives us. So we're at 2,000. We are now at 12,000. That is quite a boost. So I can just put this guy in here and let it get to the last leg that we need for the capacity runes. And we're just going to do this until we have a total capacity of 25,000, and then make the next Blood Orb. Yeah, a lot of waiting. All right, sometime later, and we have 8 capacity runes here that's getting us up to 26,000 life points. I did go ahead and put in some speed runes, which this has made it easier for us to craft up the different slates that we need. So the speed rune is just 2 blank slates, 1 blank rune, 4 stone, and 2 sugar. The displacement rune is 3 buckets of water, 4 stone, a blank slate, and an imbued slate. So a little bit different stuff, or a little bit different crafting recipes for these. This displacement rune says that it increases the flow rate of LP into and out of the altar. So we are going to need these later on, but I didn't really need 2 more runes of capacity. So now what we should be able to do is we should be able to put this guy in here and watch this thing just tank the life points. And hopefully, once there's about 1,000 life points left, this should craft into our Magician's Blood Orb. Bingo. Look at that. Boom. Ah, nice. We still didn't make the Hellfire Forge, but we have gotten all the way down almost to the Master Blood Orb, the Demonic Slate, and the Alchemical Reaction Chamber. But we need the Hellfire Forge to get over here to these blood shards. As we saw, we're going to need these to get the last little blocks that we need. Ooh, game's lagging really bad. To come up here. Now, the last little thing that we should be able to do is, let's see, tiled stone path. Stone path. Let's look at this real quick. It's all the way at the end. Yeah, the worn stone path is what we want because it gives a 200% bonus. So, this guy is stone path, which is any stone. And I did actually set up more stone being generated. The only thing that I forgot to do was put a storage upgrade in the dang thing. So I'll just make 2. Yeah, why not? We'll make 2 stacks of this path just in case we need it. It is a nice looking block too. Path, worn stone path. Oh, we need the Master Blood Orb. Okay. Okay, so we can't get that. Stone, let us get our stone path. And we're gonna change this out real quick. Isn't this just the most tranquil spot you've ever seen? What this whole thing is about, right? Tranquility. But we are up to 1992 on the Tranquility level. And then we're at 120 bonus for the life points given to our altar up there. Now, I do think that you need to change up like some of these blocks from time to time. That's how you can get this. So I did add in a little bit of lava, which is boosted us up, and then the fire boosts us up. I think if we can get that top number to 2,000, we should be able to get to 200% here once we get up to a tier 4 Blood Altar. Now, looking ahead, the Magician's Blood Orb is going to require a capacity of 40,000, and right now we are at a capacity of 26,000. Each one of these runes adds 2,000, so we need, what, 5, 6, 7 more of these runes at least in here to get up to the tier 4 Blood Altar. But before we do that, we're going to have to the rest of blood magic. We're going to need to get into the Hellfire Forge so we can make these weak blood shards, which is going to take us down these Tartaric gems. And then, yeah, we should be getting close to finishing out the blood magic portion of this, but I do want to automate the steel casings. That's what we're working towards, because we're going to use a lot of these mechanism machines. We have made the compressor, we've made the smelter, we've made an enrichment chamber, we've made a metallurgic infuser, we need to make a crusher, we need more metallurgic infusers, and then all of this stuff here is, these machines right here can do 1 item at a time. These can do 3, 5, 7, so on and so forth. But we will start finishing this quest line up as well. But these machines are going to get us into the next things that we need to do. But that is where we are going to end it today. We kind of struggled through this a little bit. I don't know this mod, so it's kind of fun playing around with it. Next episode, we will continue our work on blood magic, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to leave a like. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when videos like this come out. Check the description down below for all of the different ways to follow me, including Twitter, Twitch, Discord, and a link to the Patreon. Comment while you're down there. Consider subscribing if you're new. You guys know the routine. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you